back, everybody. It's been a while since I made a video, I know, but we're here. Few new subs, welcome. I think a few people have found me through the single store. Welcome. That's been going well. It's been keeping me busy. Thought I'd do a quick channel update. There's some, as you can see by the title, some more serious discussions to be had, but yeah, let's get into it. I'm heading to New Zealand in 3 weeks now, maybe a bit less, whatever the timing is, and very much looking forward to that. A whole bunch of friends are going from Australia, but also, you know, there's UK players going, there's American players going, so it's going to be a whole thing. And if you haven't booked yet, it's worth looking into. If you live in New Zealand, definitely do your best to come. Australians too. The tickets weren't crazy expensive. I haven't obviously checked very recently just because I booked a few weeks ago, but I think it's still very reasonable to go. But it's going to be calling the Battle Hardeners Blitz, which is kind of cool if you're a newer player in the region, Australia or New Zealand. It's, you know, like one big armory. Also, there is a very big armory on Friday, and there's a lot of side events. So make sure if you're in New Zealand, you come down on Friday. It'll be more chill. Good time to hang out with people. I'm sure there'll be drinks and dinners and other stuff planned. I don't know how much time I'll have to hang out with everyone. I do have a fairly... Okay. Opening this nearly off camera. This is the one legendary we haven't been hitting, and this is for the shop, so I'm kind of... This is all I needed to see today. So yeah, anyway, updates with the channel. There'll be no more streamed box breaks for people indefinitely. I'm working on a solution to that. You're going to have to bear with me, but I don't think we'll have one anytime soon. I haven't been able to talk about it publicly, but I can now. If you go to the retailer center on the Flesh and Blood website, you'll see that they've updated their policy. I'm not sure if they've updated it. I'm not. This isn't an ego comment. I actually don't know if they updated it for me or if they've updated it because they have a new strategy for Asia Pacific as a whole. Because obviously Australia is a small part of Asia Pacific. Because, you know, Japan falls into Asia Pacific, so does every other major Asian country that they're pushing the game in. But the retail policy is basically that some single stores, and they've changed some definitions on there, or clarified definitions about a single store versus a brick and mortar store. They've defined what box breaks entail. My understanding was box breaks are not the same as a sealed product sale. And I was under the impression I could get support directly from my distributor in Australia to run the single store. Which, by the way, to this point, as of this video, that has not happened. Like, I have not had any help from or distributor pricing. It's been all funded more at retail, stock I already had, etc. But the idea was to be able to buy from a distributor and sort of fall under that legacy account system that they have around the world. But if you go read the policy, they've sort of tweaked the rules. Whew, it's a nice one, not the nicest, but we'll take it. They've tweaked the rules a little for that they can retroactively assign a single store that's online only distribution access. But it comes with the caveat that I can't do box breaks. The goal of the single store is still genuinely to be helping new players get cards in the Asia Pacific region, and that continues to be the mission. So I've opted to go with distribution access instead of box breaks, although that's gonna basically diminish my YouTube channel for now. I can explain the logic of that, but it's not relevant right now. What's relevant is I can't take money for box breaks. It's simple. What surprised me, what's gotten under my skin a little, is I can't even do like an alpha box break. I can't do any product box break. Doesn't make sense to me yet. I've opted to not argue with LSS about it. I don't even know if they're the reason for that or if that's a distribution rule here in Australia, but basically the end result is no more box breaks. which means the boxes you'll see broken on the channel will consist of boxes for me personally, or most likely box breaks for the store, which is what this is. Whenever we open stock for the store, I'll most likely stream it so I get some content, but also it's a cool way for you guys, if you watch the content, to see, like, you'll know now that there's going to be a cold foil New Horizon and a foil Channel Lake Frigid on the website in the next day or so, which is kind of cool. Look, I'm sure people will comment their opinion and stuff. It's sort of a moot point right now because everything's been done. Ooh, this is a good hit. What I'm planning to do is just, let's see. The distributor hasn't contacted me yet. I haven't purchased anything from distribution yet. So when that happens, I'll gauge the pricing. I'll gauge what I'm able to do with the Australian distributor. And then I'll choose whether I'm going to go back to sourcing stock myself and not using distribution, which is what I've been doing, and then go back to doing box breaks, or that distribution is great value for me and the business and the community at large, and I'll, just do that. I'll just get stock. Obviously, the big reason I'm not doing anything else right now is Outsiders is around the corner, and just the amount of play sets we've sold probably means I need distribution access. It's a lot. We're going to need a lot of cases. We're talking at least 50 by the looks of it. So yeah, I'm gonna just follow this through, see what happens. Quick or easy way to rectify this and get back to what I was doing will be to actually rent a store, rent a commercial premises and set up a Fluke and Box store. That could be fun to do because I have been looking already for a space to put to have a bit of a studio for Funder and the Fluke and Box channel and get it out of my personal space. But all of that's a bit too soon. So that's what the future looks like for the channel anyway, is another Channel Lake. It's likely I will end up in a commercial premises. Now, when I say store, I don't want you guys to imagine it's going to be somewhere you can come and, if we open a store, it'll be primarily for the singles business, not, I doubt we're going to stock like other games. I doubt we're going to stock board games and accessories, but who knows? I just don't have the time. Neither does Dev, my partner in the singles business, to go nuts and, see customers and open 7 days a week, that kind of thing. It's very, very unlikely. I don't want to tie myself to a shop, but it may be a cool way to, people can come pick up their singles and maybe have one night, maybe not an armory, but it'd be cool to have if we end up like sponsoring an Australian team or sponsoring some players, a place to come draft, to come test. That's one cool byproduct of having a physical location. But that's the updates. That's why the box breaks will stop, why they're not listed on the website anymore for the foreseeable future. But expect change one way or another with that. Either you're going to see a whole bunch more singles more consistently because we have access to more stock and cheaper, or I'll just revert back to what I was doing anyway. I'm being transparent about this because the policy itself is now public. There hasn't been like a big announcement, but it's there. And if you go read it, you can tie 2 and 2 together and realize why the box breaks have stopped. Again, I'm sure some of you will comment below your opinions. I don't agree that a sealed box and a box break are the same. I think very different people buy each. People that want sealed product to store, or they want to open themselves or draft, will always buy from an LGS. And doing box breaks usually means I'm also getting rid of the chaff for people, the bulk, and just sending hits. And it's a way for a lot of people in, a lot of South American countries, a lot of Asian countries to get their hands on the stock cheaper because I'm opening it for them, so they don't have to pay as much shipping as they would when they buy. I don't know why I sleeved that. Foil fulminate. Yeah, it usually means they get the stock cheaper. That's the point. Where if they bought sealed boxes, they are usually stuck paying import taxes, stuck paying a lot more shipping, and it becomes where it doesn't work. I ship a lot to Chile, Mexico. Those places can't get fab stock at an affordable price, and they like this service of me cracking the boxes for them. But either way, I'm not the only one in the world that does box breaks, and that's part of the disappointment. This is a double legendary case. Look at that. Man, we've been very lucky with these Tales of Aria cases. Other box break channels, which also sell singles, are actually potentially also getting their hands on distribution stock. With that, I'm not sure of the specifics. Maybe they are tied to an LGS where I'm not, and I don't plan to be. That's, by the way, the other way to do what I'm doing is to go to an LGS and do a deal and get stock at cost price. A lot of the big singles vendors do that. I don't understand why I'm restricted and they're not, because technically the store that's supporting them is breaking the rules by selling stock at way under map, while I'm not actually doing that. Either way, whatever. Like I said, it's not a biggie. LSS are trying to help. The fact that they've decided to change the rules retroactively, again, whether it's for me or for the region, is really cool, because it means more singles out there. And if you guys have used a single store, you'll notice, you know, I have priced things to sell, not to necessarily profiteer. But either way, that's the big update. That's what's happening. I'd love to know your opinions, of course, but keep it civil, because I'm not this is something I asked for, it wasn't forced on me. And I can choose to just not join distribution and just do what I've been doing, and nothing will change. But I think the right way to do it is to partner up with the distribution, which means when I buy stock, it's basically supporting LSS more directly. And then I buy a lot of stock, let me tell you. So that was 3 boxes from 1 case. Nutty pulls already. I'll open at least another case and ramble on while I do. I'll be playing Dorinthia at the Calling. I might make a deck tech. My deck has changed quite a bit from the last couple of deck tech videos. I haven't finished that series I did with Philip, although we probably still will. I just haven't had time, and neither is he, to be honest, so that'll happen when it happens. So CC Dorinthia at the Calling in New Zealand, and then more than likely, if I play the Battle Hardened and side events, I'll be on Rhinar Blitz. That's been my deck for a while. It's Dev's deck, who is an absolute Rhinar fiend. You might have seen the short with his gold foil Romping Club finally arriving. That's it's basically his deck, and it's absolutely scary in Blitz. Like, I really don't know what I'm doing, and I very rarely lose. And you just demolish some pretty bad decks. Like, you demolish some very strong decks like Oldham, Kano. I mean, it demolishes everything, really. The power level on that deck is just nutty. And honestly, most games you win, you don't need to see a blood rush. That's the scary thing. When you do see a blood rush, the game ends very quickly. Dev sent me a screenshot yesterday of him turn 1 killing a... Who did he kill? Was it a chain? Through a husk block. Turn 0. So he managed to get a double blood rush off. I imagine there was 2 or 3 intimidates, and then the person opted to block with husk, and he still killed him, which is stupid, but very fun. But yeah, Battle Hardened Blitz, PTI on the line, gold foil on the line. It's like, if you're even a casual player, but you've got a few Blitz reps under your belt, I mean, why not try, right? Aside from that, I don't think we have a Thunder episode this week again, but there's a whole bunch of them planned for New Zealand, so the content will be weekly again very soon. Very spicy interview. We don't want to, like, we'll confirm probably on Twitter when we record them. We'll take a photo with the guests and show you guys who's coming up. But we'll probably release them on a weekly basis so everyone can enjoy them and we get some content. But yeah, that's what my fab life looks like right now. So these are some cases I had for box breaks that I'm obviously not allowed to sell anymore. I don't want to even tell you guys how much stock I'm forced to open now and how much stock I'm going to have to clear privately, like alpha stock and crew first stock that was earmarked for box breaks, but whatever. It is what it is. But hopefully you guys tune in anyway, like opening boxes, especially for outsiders, is always fun. We get on pretty early, so the goal is we'll crack a lot of cases before the set comes out to stock up the single store, and we'll do pre-orders for that, and then we might do a 10 to 20 case live stream where, you know, we're replenishing stock as we go. Keep an eye out. Some of you have asked for discount codes. Guys, we can't... I don't think we'll be able to like offer 10% on a regular basis, especially because our pricing is not inflated by 10% over what we need to sell things for, if that makes sense. So, I mean, that's the easy way, is to bump everything up and then give people a discount code, which feels like it's value. So if you just check out the pricing on flukeandbox.shop, you should be paying only slightly above what you would get on TCG Low or you know, like a Facebook marketplace. And the reason it's slightly over, aside from us being a business that needs to make money, is, you know, the handling, your ability to pay via credit card. PayPal is goods and services by default. You know, you're dealing with a business, not a person in that sense. So, and also, I know some of our cards are just cheap at the market. It just is what it is. We also have the convenience of you being able to buy most of a deck, and in some cases an entire deck, from one source and get it packaged in one place. We have had that, like, we've had a few large orders that basically our entire deck, legendaries, everything that needed. The goal is still to list our own decks, but the History Pack 2 Blitz decks were announced. Mr. Gottlieb seems to be the designer behind them, and I've heard very good things, so we're going to wait and see, because, you know, our first two decks were going to be Rhinar Dory, and it seems like there's pre-con Rhinar Dory coming out again. Well, Dory... obviously, I'm comparing the classic battles here. These are a very different product, but there's also Viserai Kano. So I just want to see what they come out with, and if the decks are really good, there's no point reinventing the wheel. I'd rather just encourage new players to buy those if they're good, and at best offer the little upgrade kit, similar to like what Sloop Dupe does in his videos, where it's the legendaries and majestics that you might need to make the deck more competitive, and just do that work for people so you can just buy the upgrade kit for the pre-con deck. I don't want to just start making decks and then LSS does it better, which, to be fair, they most likely have already. That's the goal. The goal is we will make decks, list them on the site. Just we want to do it where there's actually value, not just for the sake of it, because it is. We're not afraid to work hard, but it's a lot of work for something to just sit around. We need it to be good. I'm sure you guys understand. I'm excited to see. So Viz is a weird one because it's Living Legend in Blitz. So is it a new Viz, or is it existing viz and you're allowed to play it because it's in a precon without changing anything in the deck. That'd be cool. It'd be especially cool if they make the cards extremely noticeable or like identifiable to be part of the Blitz deck. So even if all it does is have the green promo on every single card or something. Kano will be very interesting because I feel like that's a deck that a lot of people want to play when they join the game. They love the idea of it, but that's a tricky one to build and master. So depending how much work they've put into the... Here we go, Heart of Ice. Depending how much work they put into the design, that could be an extremely good deck for new players because, again, a lot of new players want to learn Kano. So if this is a very good learning tool, if the deck is built really well, and it has like some clear upgrade, like not Spellbound Creepers, Storm Striders, if the deck's already built around having a couple of big upgrades and you could play it in a skirmish, then it'll go very well. Try to remember what the decks are. Was it Prism? I don't know if there's a Prism. I'll have to check the listing of it. I know there's Dory, Rhinar, Viserai from memory. Plus, man, the second foil Fulminate. But why? I'm about recording for 21 minutes. Okay. I'm zipping through this. It's quite early in Australia. I didn't want to stream this early. So I thought I'd record a video. Since it's technically a channel update, you guys can watch it at your leisure. And I do open quicker and I don't have to read chat, I've realized. I can ramble on, but I don't have to look up. But yeah, members, I will try and get a discount code to you. At this point, I think the member discount code, and we might just make this a permanent fixture, is... Holy crap. All right. Man, that is so shiny. This is a crazy case as well. Whew. Discount code for members will most likely be free shipping. It'll be on a minimum order size because, you know, I don't want to... Well, we have been getting orders that are like $3 and then someone's paid $16 for shipping. We won't be shipping those for free. It's like a huge loss to us, but we'll try and make it reasonable. We'll do some maths, but I imagine it'll be something like orders of $100 or $150 Australian will come with free shipping for members, and it's that simple. You just get access to that. I'll try and make it permanent. I am planning to also raise the membership tier, and you may not get the free shipping on the cheapest tier. I just have to do some numbers. It doesn't stop me doing giveaways and stuff, guys. You'll always get some benefit, but remember the membership is more the tip jar for the channel. I try and make it EV positive, but the free shipping starts to cost a lot, as you can imagine. So it can't just be I can't just do it loosey-goosey, you know. I have to make sure we can... And also, I have a partner in the business, so it's our money that we're giving away. But expect something soon. One last thing, too, about the website is the Outsiders playsets are selling fast. We only have 10 Majestic sets because I think, from memory, you need like 2-point-something cases open to actually fulfill 3 of every Majestic in the set, mathematically. But that's on average. There's some risk in that number. We had this issue with surgical extraction as an example. So if you want a Majestic playset, the price is 850 Australian. I think we did some number crunching, and honestly, it's hard to gauge exactly how good that value is without seeing what Majestics we get, obviously. But it's quite a low rate per Majestic. Now, unfortunately, with a lot of sets, you will get some Majestics worth $1. and others worth $100. And that's unfortunate. We can't control that. But as value goes, we also take the risk of, if there's a Command & Conquer reprint, and I don't think there is, but as an example, if there was a Command & Conquer reprint or something to that value, like some generic piece of equipment that's very valuable, you'll be getting one. Sorry, you'll be getting the playset or one of the equipment at that rate, at the original rate of the sale. So that's why there's only 10. Also, obviously, it's fully sorted and alphabeticized and shipped to you. So it's basically, instead of you buying 2 cases of product, you get every card that's not a legendary. That's the idea. But let me know. Feedback would be great. There's obviously not too many people that do playsets for the game, so pricing is a little hard to gauge. We used Hemel as a benchmark because he's a friend and he's the only one that does this or has been doing this to the scale we're trying to do it, as far as I know. But let me know what you think. Also, to those of you who were smart and used your discount code on that playset, good work. Good work. Only a couple of people got in with the discount code on those. The 13% one for members, which is it's a pretty steep discount on that product. I might end on this case. I have some things to do today. Also, I don't think we're going to get luckier than we've gotten so far. 3 legendaries and a Fable in 7 boxes, and we still have 1.5 boxes left of the 7. So more channel lakes. Mind you, the EV of this set might be changing drastically after the bans. Who knows? Channel Lake has been a very expensive card, but any bans that touch Ice Heroes, I imagine, will affect this set. I'm still obviously willing to open the stock I have. I think New Horizon is potentially an amazing card for the next set with 2 ranges in it. Time will tell. I can't see the future. But yeah, that's right. As soon as I get back from New Zealand, the spoiler season... Well, the spoiler season might actually start at the calling in New Zealand, I imagine, because the dates are so close. But basically, that's soon after. I'm hoping... This winter's a good hit. I'm hoping they hand me a spoiler card while I'm there, so I don't have to wait for postage. I'm pumped for the set because it's a new Flesh and Blood set. I'm excited to draft a new set. But aside from that, I don't believe I'll be touching the heroes. The only one that might interest me is Arachne. I kind of had a look in Dynasty and opted not to play it. And rightly so. I don't think it's very strong. I think it has a lot of potential, though. But time will tell. We'll see. I imagine Assassin is going to be much higher ranked in the meta after this set. Same as Ranger. It just makes sense, right? That a full support set for Ranger, Assassin, and Ninja for that matter. Hopefully the Ninja stuff doesn't touch on Fi too much because that could break the game. Fi's already had a couple of bans to his name to keep him at bay. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. I'm not a big fan of playing... what am I missing? I'm missing a rare for sure. Unless I already put it down. Whatever. How far could it have gone? I'll get it another day. Rare foil. Alright, last box. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't mind Katsu getting some support. But then it's not fun to play against these super go wide decks, and any deck that plays Kadachi is a bit too wide for my taste. But at least I can beat them on Dory, you know? It's possible. They don't shut you out of the game to a level where you can't win. Just sucks to get low life into a deck with Kadachis. see if we can hit. So this case, we already hit Legendary Fabled. So really anything else will be nuts. We don't need anything else rarity-wise to make this a really good case. Let me know below your thoughts on the new retailer policy, more the distro policy for singles websites in APAC. It is very strict. You sort of have to have ties to the community or whatever, which made me feel like maybe some of it was there to help us launch the shop properly, even though we'd already launched. But I think LSS saw that it might be smart to back people up willing to, you know, help the singles market and spread more cards. Let me know what you think about the no box break rule. Be interested to see what people think. I have my own opinions, obviously. And let me know if you're going to New Zealand. And if you're still here and you're not subscribed, change that. We'll probably do a giveaway at 4,000 subs. 5,000 is still an alpha box. I'm sure we'll hit that at some point. At this rate, it's taken a year to get here. I imagine in the next 6 months, possibly, we could hit 5,000 if the growth rate continues. Also, let me know what you think of the shorts. I've had an editor helping me out. I enjoy posting them. I don't know if you guys enjoy watching them. Some of them get a crazy amount of views. Others don't. That's probably an algorithmic problem. But let me know, because most of them have been like stream highlight stuff. Ooh. Yep. This case. Yep. Cool. We got a Fox in a case with a Caution and a Heart of Ice. Don't mind if I do. We also got the full playset of Channel Lake Frigid, a non-foil, a foil, and an alt art foil. That's all of them. That's all the variations. Crazy. I've got to think this is the best case I've ever opened. Maybe back in the day, I opened something better and, you know, we didn't have the pricing we have now to gauge across. But this feels like maybe the best case I've ever opened. Legendary, Fable, Channel Lake. I think that's the top 3. It's not the top Legendary price-wise, the Heart of Ice, but nutty. Last few packs. Imagine we hit another Legendary just for posterity's sake. Alright, I think we got like 5 packs left. Only thing we haven't hit is a good common cold foil, because Ragamuffin and Deep Blue do sell quite well these days. I think it's only 3 packs left. Yeah, this is the 3rd last. Alright. Second last pack. No, I'm not expecting one, but it would be absolutely crazy if we hit anything anymore. Last pack. And no cold foil. Awesome. That's the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.